Hello, dear friends. What a blessing to be with you today. Here we are with another study of one of the issues of the Spiritist magazine. Welcome. It's a blessing to be here with you today. I will share with you the website of the magazine down there so you can find the app, the link to the PDF version of the magazine, a link to order the physical copy of the magazine, contact form, and so much more. I'm so glad we're here today because today we're going to continue the study and we selected one of the issues of the magazine, the latest one. It just happens to be the latest one that is titled, um, it's from issue 60 that just published at the end of December, beginning of January. And it's titled Regarding Jesus. This is a series from the book Spiritist Conduct. Therefore, it's Spiritist Conduct Regarding Jesus. And the author is the Spirit Andrea Luiz through the mediumship of Valdo Vieira. The book is it's available in Portuguese. It's been translated. It's awaiting the publication by its publisher, the Spiritist magazine. So I'll select a couple of the paragraphs for us to look at because this is a beautiful way for us to start the year as we go from Christmas, where we focus on being together, celebrating the birth of the Christ and what it means to us. How should we conduct ourselves regarding Jesus? Oh, let's correct the typo here somehow. The typo didn't show up. There you go. Issue 60. So for those who are arriving, welcome, welcome. Now, Spiritist conduct regarding Jesus. The first thing Anthony says is, even in small commitments, there's one more before. At all times, recognizing visible presence of Jesus, who sustains us in the works of the eternal good. The Christ of God accepted us since the dawn of the earth. As we begin a new year, this is going to air in January 2023. We just celebrated the birth of Christ. Do you recognize his presence amongst us, each and every, the invisible presence of the loving care of Jesus, sustaining us? We may not see him directly or hear him directly, but he sent his messengers. He has granted us the opportunity to be on the earth, as Andrei says, accepted us since the dawn of the earth. The earth was created around 4.5 billion years ago. Ever since he's patiently waiting for the progress and evolution of the earth to be able to have the kind of life we bear and receive us as incarnate beings on the planet. But he's present everywhere, all times. It's a great way to feel his loving presence with you as you go about your day, as you go about building a better you in 2023, so that when we return to the spiritual realm, we can check off with loving care many of the items we have committed to in our reincarnatory plans. Isn't that beautiful? He says, even in small commitments, identify the superior will, promoting everywhere the safety and happiness of all beings. Every human heart is a potential work of light, and Jesus is a great craftsman, the great artisan, right? Jesus is with us, sculpting our hearts, because we want to work within our hearts this potential work of light, bringing light, enlightenment, growth, progress everywhere we go. And only by feeling the superior will, everything is cared for, everything is being orchestrated. Mother Earth is a ship Is a ship sailing or floating in the immensity of the ocean, and Jesus is at the helm. Jesus is guiding, patiently waiting for us to wake up and leave the old man and woman behind and build a new us. Leave, allowing us to see outside of ourselves, outside of the materialistic view of my house, my work, my this, my the other. When I have less, I can give more to others, including those who are suffering, who are living wars, who are homeless, who are experiencing trauma of all kinds. Even in our small commitments, there is a superior will, because within the boundaries of our choices, there is our reincarnatory plan guiding us. Jesus is guiding the evolution of the planet. He's sculpting your heart right now, each and every day. Remember that the Lord works for us without rest. Undue rest is desertion of duty. Very important topic. A lot of us are influenced by these devices. They're designed by my class of people. I'm a neuroscientist too, an advertisement, to grab our attention from what matters. Because when we only want to rest as if Earth was a vacation resort, we will be in trouble in the spiritual realm. Jesus is working right now for the benefit of all, sending his divine messengers to us to inspire us, to give us strength, to guide us towards services and the good. So when we are only resting and only want to do self-care and enjoy family activities like there's no tomorrow, then we're deserting the duty we have towards our loved ones and towards humanity. Not just my family members, but humanity as a whole. Refuse to perceive the eternal friend of a commonplace earthly revolutionary. Let us acknowledge him as the light of the world. A lot of people we bring with us the multiple personalities and actions and emotions and feelings of the things we've done in this lifetime and previous lifetime. And in the past, we may have been hurt by religious institutions, the people representing different religious institutions. Then we come to this planet and we have an aversion to spirituality and religion. So we should not be thinking about Jesus as a common revolutionary, someone who came to start a revolution. He did start a revolution, but not in the way that you and I think of revolts and revolution. He wants to revolutionize our heart through us feeling and living the living spring of his good news. He is the good news. The kingdom of God is possible within ourselves when we see Jesus as more than just the earthly figure, the Christ spirit as he is, with his Christ friends helping us guide the evolution of ourselves. So ultimately, the community improves when each and every one of us improves. He is the light of the world. And the more we get to know him through the accounts of the New Testament, in the book Good News, in the book Jesus in the Home by New Lucio, Pontos e Contos, which is unfortunately not published in English yet, what we have is his ability to see him as our model, to follow his path, so that we can live a better life today, come here to do what we came to do. Spiritism is not about living a good life in this, but what to do today so when we return, we'll be in a better position than when we started. Because when I have things, when my children have things, when their schools, excuse me, are the most wealthy, but then 5 miles down the road, a bunch of children are growing in poverty, living in hotels and shelters, my children are not going to be well. We are interconnected. When we spend time doing things of this world, traveling, one more pumpkin patch, one more apple picking, one more trip, one more self care, and then we forgot about others who are in need, we go back to desertion of duty. We have the duty to help those who are in need. Even if the need they have today results from things they did in the past life. If we weren't here to help one another, dear friends, we would be living in a different world. We would be graduated without the need to reincarnate, or we would be the ones like Andre Luiz who are dictating these books to us, but we're here listening to this. And so if we are incarnated on the earth, then we have the duty to help others. Now, he says here, renounce Christmas celebrations reflecting excesses, give preference to the joy of offering kind help to those who are less fortunate. Spend time giving to the shelters, to the nursing homes of those who have less than we do. Any kind of excesses on our parties, excess rest, excess enjoyment, excess in our homes. Jesus was a simple craftsman. He was an artisan. His family wasn't that wealthy. He was born and placed on the manger. He was born in a cave and placed on the manger, right? He had a simple and humble life. So who are we to just be the ones enjoying? True friends of Christ revere him in spirit, and revere him in spirit means I will serve, I will give, I'll do more, I'll do more. What joyful it is to volunteer and spend time with others. He says, identify your relationship before Jesus, the emissary of God. Avoid the unacceptable confrontations. Those who demand to be Christ, like pretend vanity to be equal with the Christ. So sometimes we think we're better than Jesus. Sometimes we think we're in the same level of Jesus. And he says, no, we have our responsibility before Jesus. There's a hierarchy. A spirit who is creating planets, planning and executing the creation of a planet, has way more responsibility, way more qualities, spiritual qualities than you and I have today. Otherwise, we would be in charge, not him. So we're not equal. He is our guide and model. He incarnated in the body of a man, so I'm using a pronoun, he pronoun. But Jesus incarnated to show us the way. He's the guide and the model. So we need to understand this relationship and allow him to guide us, allow him to work through us. In all circumstances, choose the Lord Jesus as the invariable master of each and every day. We are the flock. Jesus is the divine shepherd. The shepherd takes care of the flocks. Even if one goes astray, he goes after that one. He leaves the 99, but goes after that one so he can bring it back to his watch care. So if we allow ourselves to be guided by the divine shepherd, bringing with us the responsibility we have towards one another, consulting our conscience where the laws of God are written so that we can more fully understand does this act align with God's laws? Because that's how the divine shepherd is shepherding us from place to place, keeping us sheltered, keeping us protected, enveloping us with the visible and invisible friends that help us in this lifetime. How many times things got hard and all of a sudden you felt the need to pray, you met someone who could help you, you had an idea, you were kinder to someone, you were more indulgent, and then we can learn. That's how the divine shepherd can guide us. But it comes from humility of understanding, where am I? What is my responsibility towards Jesus? Am I deserting my duty by taking so much undeserved, unearned rest? And most importantly, as we start 2023, let's look around for those who suffer in our communities, within our homes, our neighbors, so that we can give more, we can give back. And this book, Spiritist Conduct, always has a Bible quote. And the Bible quote for this chapter is, "And whatsoever we do, you do it with all your heart, as unto the Lord, not unto men." Paul, his letter to the Colossians, chapter 3, verse 23. So, am I doing things with God, to God, or towards men? And many of us are getting this confused, and these are hard things to discuss. But they're joyful times where we are through the planetary transition, aiming to a world of regeneration, a world of regeneration we will stop giving evil so much space in our lives. Because when we only do for ourselves, we don't even teach the new generation to be empathetic, to volunteer, to do for others, all about them, then it's gonna be a harder time to achieve this state where we see ourselves as one community, because we can be joyful together, we can enjoy one another. So what's your relationship with Jesus like today? I want to bring it back to end so that you can feel the invisible presence of Jesus with you today, tomorrow, and always until the last day of this reincarnation. But remember, your life goes on. May He envelop you and your family, your community, the place you live, the state, the country, the city you live in the world, the entire Mother Earth. He is at the realm. Let us allow Him to guide us to a better version of ourselves. Dear friends, what a blessing to be with you today. I hope that I can be with you again next week. God willing, I'll be back with you. Until then, take care of someone else. Stay well. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.